Ho ho ho!
Hey there!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Hello everyone. So nice to see you. How are we doing?
Don't ask me.
He doesn't know. He's clueless. So nice to see you all. So nice of y'all
To join us here.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're this is some of the stuff that we've been working on. You can never guess what it is. You will never be able to figure out what this thing here is. It will be forever remain a mystery to you. So before we do much of anything else, I think we should be pushing the patch.
The Christmas patch.
Indeed.
Right.
And I don't think there's much to it but to do it, I suppose. You might want to note these parts here.
Right. Let me get on that at once.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So, and then we can have a gander at the changelog, which is not as padded as I like to see it, but the thing in the middle there was a big thing. So let's see what we have. We have God jul grabbar. God jul på er själv, nanivor. Means Merry Christmas in Swedish. So yeah, we've been working on this. How long did it take us?
In the end, I almost think we've only been working on it for 2 weeks or so, which is, I think, a record for this kind of
implementation. Yeah, 2 weeks. I think it's more than that. I mean, all things taken together, I've definitely been working on it longer than that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know you've been working on it in the background.
Yeah.
For
So
quite a while.
bunch of resources and whatnot that we need to have sorted for a thing of this nature. For a thing of this nature to drop. So I think, yeah. What? How about you wall the real server?
Right.
Does that sound productive and all?
I do think so. Yes.
Let's do it.
It has been walled.
It doth have been walled. Love to see it. Nanywhere asks, are we getting a moth dungeon next? Oh well, there are a couple of contenders for the next one on the line, I suppose.
Indeed. I don't think moth is the first one on the list, though.
No, though moth was one I hadn't considered either. So maybe I should give moth some honest to God thoughts. No, I've been thinking about the Pinniped dungeon. I'm pretty hyped for the Pinniped dungeon. I don't know if you guys even know what a Pinniped is, but I will tell you. A Pinniped is a creature such as a walrus or a seal. Basically that whole family of animals. I guess sea lions as well maybe are pinnipeds?
I have no clue, to be honest. There are so many weird sea creatures that you can't really keep track of them even.
Under the sea, darling, it's better than words weather, take it from me. Up on the land they slave away.
Well, we're not really under the sea, though, are we?
No, but so I've been thinking about.
But yes, we've been talking about that for quite a while. It would be like a drifting ice. What do you call it?
Ice sheet.
Ice sheet.
Drifting. I think you can say iceberg as well. An iceberg drifting, a drift in the
I
ocean.
would think of an iceberg more of a cone-topped mountain, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the Titanic had an iceberg.
Yes, exactly, it did. But this would be an iceberg, wouldn't it? It would be an ice sheet.
I'm imagining a sheet with a little berg on top of it. What do you call that? That would be the real question for science, I think, to figure out what we call that. Like,
If that even exists, that is.
Oof, called out.
Just
We need to make-
bet on it.
We need to make an iceberg meme of the iceberg. Of the iceberg question.
Oh no.
Very meta. How deep does it go? But I've been thinking about a Pinniped dungeon. So basically a sheet of ice cast adrift in the salty brine, and where you can encounter seals and walleye and such creatures. I'm pretty hyped for that one. There's also the Killevippen dungeon, I don't know if you've read the classic Swedish work of literature called Nils Karlsson Pyssling, but you got to get on that if you haven't. So
Pretty hyped for that one, though.
pretty
to be honest.
hyped for that one.
That's a strong contender with the Pinniped Dungeon, in my opinion.
Exactly. So basically, it's about a boy who he finds a nail next to like a hole, rat hole, under his bed, and a little elf gnome person introduces himself, and he can touch the nail and say "Killevippen," and he'll be
Shrunk down
to miniature size and can come down below to feast on giant cheese and meatballs and stuff. So basically, I'm thinking rat dungeon.
And it,
Really cool. So helping Handera says, när ska du gå in? Ser du så här är pysen. Jag ska pusha patchen först. I'm gonna push the patch first. Then we're gonna enter the dungeon. But we're not gonna go very deep into it because I'm gonna leave that for y'all to discover. But we are gonna take a little peek into it. But here is one of the super based changes that we make in this patch as well. These skull poles can now wear hats. They are now hat compatible, which is pretty cool. And there's also did the same thing for bees caps, of course. Let's see if I can make one. Beehive, I think it's called.
no beehive without the ease.
Of course. There we go, and I can then just take this and put it there. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's hilarious. And I did the same thing for claim poles as well. I don't have a claim pole around. I could build one, but I don't think we need to belabor the point. I don't think. So let's see. Please add more decorations, fountains. Minor statues maybe is what you go to. Fountains the best patch. Holy.
For the
10 out of 10. Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course, it was the Vande says, "Shut up and take my money." I shall be happy to do so.
Shall be happy to oblige.
Pretty hyped for those who keep posting the objects that should be able to wear hats, because I think it's important that we stay on top of the hat game. How are we with the server?
It's
server
just now shutting down.
It is shutting down. So how y'all been? How y'all doing? It's been a long while since I have gotten the thumb out of my proverbial backside to actually do a stream. I have no excuses. I just haven't prioritized it. So
I haven't merged the old resources.
Oh, he has not merged the old resources. Could that be a big deal? Is that a big deal?
No, there are a few programmatic resources that may or may not take some time to merge. I'll have to see which ones they are.
All right. Yeah. Major faux pas. Oh well, that's fine. But could you push the new resources maybe so that I can push the?
Yes, of course. I'm on my way doing that.
You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Hats on hats. Stream up. Stream seems to be up for me. Please make. Cyberland 644 says, please make slimes not spawning behind your back in the mine, because stack 15 equals insta KO. Yeah, I get that from time to time. We could probably debate the merits of the exact spawning paradigm. We'll pose it as a question for chat. How do you feel about popping cave monsters when mining? I know this is a controversial subject, so I'll throw it out there to the piranhas and the sharks, and you can all bite at my bait. How do you feel about it? Should we do more? Should we do less? I kind of feel that mining should be a bit dangerous inherently.
Especially down on the not immediate levels.
Exactly. The further down you go, the kind of.
I don't remember the exact spawn mechanics. Do we spawn them at all on the first level? I've never encountered them at least.
I think we do spawn them, but they're rare and pretty weak. Would be but you have the codes right over there somewhere. So.
For sure, but I was busy doing resources.
No, of course. Biggie Strong says mining is already cancer, bro. What? Helping Hander says, well, if you let me put hats on orcas, I will vote any way you want. Should. Okay. I'm gonna. Is hats on orcas shouldn't be a problem, right? No, hats on orcas shouldn't be a problem. We'll fix that for you. That's fine, right?
I think so.
Shouldn't be a problem. I mean, they're
It's
trying
just,
to.
I mean, they're lying on the side when dead. So I mean,
That would be his problem. I think. That would be his problem. Let's see if we can. Let's see if I can help you with that. Let me move. Let me do this first. Let's go here, and then we open that one. Haven't touched this one in a long while. So we have orcas here, and they look like this, and he's knocked out for us, so that's great. So I think what we do is, which hat are you most interested in seeing on the orca?
I think the resources are the main resources are personalities.
That's sweet, dog. Did you say which hat? Jaws hat. The Jaws hat. Oh, damn, what is that? What is that one even called? Shark hat something maybe? Let's see. Do you know what the resource name for that one is? Shark hat maybe? Shark hat. Shark hat. Of course it's shark hat. What else would it be? Okay, let's see. Shark hat. There we go. That's the one. And now we need to do this and this, so maybe actually do something like that maybe. I think we need to put it a little further up to make like allowance for, maybe we'll do it like so. Like so, are we happy? Or do you want it on the dorsal? So? Controversial. I think it should be on the head for sure, right? Yeah, not on the dorsal. So.
Yeah, I think
That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. The head is preferred for sure. We're gonna put it on the head. I'm being generous as it is. Like, let's not trip out completely. So the question is then, which bone likely? Good question. Maybe this one. It's a weird bone set up here. Maybe that one. We'll try that one and see how that feels. Boom. So now we have a bone offset. And I'm just gonna fix some things. Let's see, where do we have the orca and the resources? Oh, there we go, and here we go, and here we go, probably. So we found here the equipment file for the orca specifying whatever it equips, and we'll just call that one that, and that should be it. So we can close that one, and let's see, we need to remake the resources, and then we need to reload the resources. I need to find, so we got remakes on orca and orca beef.res. Pretty sweet. And now we do reload res, and we go down to the beach. To the beach. Here we go. And then maybe we make ourselves a car and we man the helm and we had shark cat maybe, right? And then we make ourselves an orca. There we go. And we're on shallow water, so a little bugger can't go anywhere. Why can't I equip it? I'll do it. We'll try it like this if we can. There we go. He's dead. Alright, we need to do this. So the intended way of doing this is not to teleport the orca around and whatnot. That's why we're getting. There we go. And now let's see if we can do it. I can't equip the jaws. Why can't I equip the jaws, Frederick? Isn't it called hat EQ?
Huh? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Did you restart the server?
Right. No, I didn't. I just reloaded the rest. Need to restart the server. Let's try that. Epic hat fail. Minor trivial hat fail. We shall see. There you go. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a.
It truly is a Christmas miracle.
Oh, what's the word? You know, rundmun.
A lamprey.
Lamprey, right?
So I'm not.
Not quite there, are we?
Not quite there. No, I don't think we are. We need to go back to the Orca file and have another look around. So basically, I think. Yeah, that kind of explains it, I suppose. Let's try that again. I suppose the knockout pose is probably the most important one that we get right? So maybe do this and then that and then that maybe. And let's try again. Hats on dryads. Oof. Oof. Let's see. We don't need to restart just to get a new offset, right?
No, I don't think so. No.
There we go.
Really?
That's much better. Perfection, right?
No, of course.
Ta-da!
The lamprey hat.
The lamprey hat. You should make a lamprey hat. Lamprey hat coming. Okay, there we go. So now you will vote whichever way I want, right? That was the deal, right? Let's see. Let me add that one. Oops! I added a file I didn't think that. Or should I add that one as well? Might as well, right?
Yeah, I guess you might as well.
Yeah, might as well. What will be our commit message? Hats on orcas.
Yeah, let's just throw that other shit in there with the same commit message too, right?
Yes. Sorry. Well, oh well. Hats on orcas, I think, was the important part in that kind of. I think that was the.
Did you? I mean, given that wasn't committed, I guess that makes sense. But did you mention the log cabin change in the change log?
No, I didn't. Maybe I should do that. Is that a key fix? I think it's a key fix because I deleted the small fix. We're gonna push the patch log here momentarily, but it's pretty hard when all these new fat content pushes are coming live.
Indeed.
Let's see.
Well, on the other hand, you seem to have some time on your hands while I'm merging the old resources.
Right. So Frederick is merging the old resources, which means that I'm going to post the commit message, or the update post. Log cabins are now always offset to the lowest point on their bounding box, right?
Yeah, right.
A little more pleasing to the eye. So, there we go. Let's see if we're good here. I think we are. We seem to be good. So, I'm posting.
I guess I could technically restart the server while.
There we go. We have a link to the post in the.
I guess I could technically restart the server before having merged the old resources.
Please do it.
That everyone with old clients will crash until I've done that.
Yes, that sounds great. Wonderful. Old clients should be on notice, because next year, faux show, the old resources are going the way of the dodo. So if you're still rocking an old custom client, which is not up to speed with the render rewrite that my man here did like 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I think it's closing in on 3 years at least.
So if you're not up to speed with that, then your client is very much on notice. Yoda Coda says, how to acquire reload rest command to gracefully reload rest without restarting the server. Well, I mean, the server controls the resources, and since you're presumably not running a server, you won't have access to that.
I don't see what that would be used for, other than if you're not running a server, indeed.
Indeed. So that's that.
So there we should be running at least then.
Sweet. Let's see if there's. Yeah. So there we go. Indeed, I'm gonna move this one over here. So here's the post for the patch. This is the stuff we've done. We implemented bee dungeons. Hooray! None of you could ever guess, but so here I am telling you.
Especially not after having mentioned the bee skip.
Exactly, especially not them. Helping Handera says, please tell you the story about Lurk. Also, well, you know, we just have a bunch of dumb names for gubs. So it's
Gubs.
like
The gubs.
for the gubs. So it's like Lurkan, Borkan, you know. So,
You know.
yeah. Boulder. Yes, some dumb name. So we just have a bunch of dumb names. So yeah, implemented bee dungeons. Occasionally, when raiding wild beehives, a thunderous shock may reveal the tree holding the hive as suffering from a far more severe case of bee infestation than was at first apparent. To delve deep into the sacchariferous depths to find the source of the infestation could be a great adventure indeed, and much could be said of this, but we shall leave the details for you to explore for yourselves. So, whoops. It says that Yule Jester's cap is $15 in the announcement, $9 in the store. Range immediately if true. Did you push the store?
I did push the store.
Okay, so could you fix that maybe?
Just a minute. Or a second, perhaps.
So the Yule Jester is on sale now for $1.09 until he fixes it. So get it while the getting is good. Where were we?
There we go with that.
Sweet, thank you.
And it,
With the old resources.
yeah, that's the thing.
Or the hat.
The hat is fixed.
The hat is
not the old resources.
Okay, sweet. Where were we talking about? Jordan Peterson. Jordan running about.
Quality streaming.
Marxist. You were talking about how to find blue truffles.
Were you?
No, I wasn't. This is you. I see you. I see what you did there. Let's see. Where were we? Any new ideas or feelings towards siege changes? Weariness, my dude. Weariness. No, no, not really. We can talk more about that, but we got to get through this first. So yeah, hats on claim poles, skull poles, orcas. Also, we did a little fix where like cabins. This is kind of minor, but like if we take a log cabin here, this log cabin is now like always offset to like the lowest point on its bounding box.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than kind of free floating off of this hill, it will be kind of appear as set somewhat into the hill, and
no part of it should be floating above the ground, basically.
Exactly. So it should always be very grounded, which is nice. We should make that change for the other buildings as well. Yeah. Wishmere says, any chance you'd ever consider reselling old hats in a mystery sale, Christmas, Black Friday, April Fools? Yeah.
It has been brought up multiple times.
It has been brought up multiple times.
At least softly rejected it.
Yeah, we rejected it softly, but never hard. I kind of, my cookie crumbles many ways on this topic. We were supposed to go into the bee dungeon to have a quick look at the bee dungeon, right? That was what we were doing.
That was the idea.
So
wherever you put it.
I put it over here.
Wherever you left it.
Yeah. It's raining.
It is raining.
It is raining, because otherwise we wouldn't have these damn crazy speculators here. Obviously, we want to be very careful about the kind of established value of the old hats and such. So, doing reprints of the old hats is not something that we would do likely, but we've also never kind of really excluded it, because I also think that, I don't know, I spend a fair amount of dev time on making hats, and and it kind of feels a little bit weird to be doing that. And then have the hat in the store for like a couple of months, and then it's gone forever. It is what it is for now, and we're not looking to change.
I mean, in particular, I think there are some of the old hats that, especially some of the first hats that perhaps sold less than they really deserved to. I think the Pickelhaube is one of the main examples.
Yeah, the Pickelhaube, but that was the gold sub reward, I think.
Yes, it was.
So, and there are also some other ones that I think could be considered like evergreen shop objects or items, like the dev's suck sign.
Yeah, that's true for sure.
That could be, but I don't know. There's so much custom graphic now that you can probably make your own dev suck sign if you really want to. So. You could make slightly different versions of old hats that would keep the old ones special. That is true. That is true. I mean, I could perhaps just change a detail or whatever and then re-release it. That could be fine. Or interesting at least. Like how old MTG cards are collector's items even if they've been reprinted in different ways. That could be a way to go about it. Yeah, but let's not dilly-dally further. Let's just delve into the dungeon. How you doing with the resources, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's converted now, but still it's still baking.
It is baking, and we're getting baked. Okay, let's jump inside. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go. Boom. We are entering the Symbol Boo's Lodge of Sweets. And I've already cleared out the early rooms of this dungeon, so I'm not going to be showing you much of the fighting and whatnot, but we're going to have a look at some of the kind of the aesthetics, the vibe of the place, as it were. And this is some of the stuff that you can experience in the B dungeon, and we're going to have a look at some of the resources that we have here. So we're going to start with these bad boys. These are wax cells, and we can do this. And we find an empty one.
Really? They shouldn't even exist.
No. They're all empty. What has happened? What is up? Why are they all empty?
Some old version of the map gen or something?
Could be. It could be. We need to generate a new dungeon, maybe.
That's weird, though. I don't see why they would be empty just because of that. That's kind of weird.
Oh, well, let's generate a new
Have
dungeon.
any error messages or something?
Let me move to that one.
No.
No error messages.
That's weird.
That was weird. They were not empty before. But no worries, I'll generate a new one. Let's see if we have better luck there. See if we can do this. And then I need to have a quick look over here. And then we need to do MK Dungeon Hive. So let's see if we have better luck here. So now you're gonna get to now we found the Stinger's Dancing Sisterhood of Syrup. That's wonderful. And I'm pretty happy with the names. So let's see. I think I need to have that one ready because we're gonna get swarmed quite literally. I would imagine.
Quite literally.
So here we are in a B dungeon, and this room follows the same old format. We have a power meter over here, which we need to drain down to 0 in order to unlock the further doors in here. We have a couple of bees here. This one is called a Sentinel bee, and this is a vulture bee. Vulture bees are apparently a real thing. Mm-hmm. They make
meat honey.
They make meat honey, which is I'm just gonna kill these as they attack us. Here he comes. Powers like these. And with that, we've drained the meter, and we've opened this, and we also have 2 wax cells available in this room. So let's see if our luck is any better. It is. So here we have some of the resources that are available. Some of the new ones, not all of the new ones by any stretch of the imagination, but some interesting things that we could maybe showcase a little bit. So we have summertime bee bread and springtime bee bread. And bee bread is also a real thing. It's like little pellets of pollen that the bees apparently make and stash for sustenance on a rainy day, basically. So that's a real thing. And here you can observe that we've given these pretty crazy food values. So bee bread definitely a thing. And these obviously then are somewhat varied. They are not exactly the same. They have some varied values, and they obviously come in versions for all of the seasons. There's springtime, wintertime, fall time, autumn time, summertime, all of them. So there are 4 different versions of them, and that you can find, and they're all pretty good. So that's one of the kind of basic staple loots that you will find in a B dungeon, if you should be so lucky as to find one. And then we also have this one, which is propolis. I don't know how you say that. Propolis? Propolis.
Propolis.
Propolis. Propolis is the propolis way of saying it. And propolis is also a real thing. It is some kind of waxy substance that the bees produce to kind of insulate and how do you say täta in English?
Insulate. I think that's the
Insulate, whatever. Insulate their hive to basically close off any gaps and keep mites and other invaders out of it.
There are 4 people on the real server who have discovered bee dungeons, by the way.
Incredibly based. You'd love to see it. So you can read the tooltip here yourselves. When applied to a bee skep, propolis significantly increases the skep's output of wax and increases its quality by +1. So there's a little bit of a spiraling mechanic going on here, which is, I hope, interesting. But we can also demonstrate this, I imagine, by beehive, by making ourselves a beehive as they would appear to us outside in the real game, and we can apply some propolis to the beehive. And we can see that we got some additional insulating meshes to illustrate the fact that this hive here
Has been propolised.
To put a hat on it for good measure. So, is it temp increase or permanent? The increase is permanent. It's once per skep, once per skep, but a permanent increase.
Really?
So you can't just add more propolis to it. So it's once per skep and a permanent increase. So we're gonna pop another one, see if we get anything else that is interesting.
Hat and beehive, when wasn't that just?
Didn't get anything else here. The bees, as you can see, also stash various other things, such as random flowers that they've gathered. And we'll make a couple of these and see if we find some other ones.
The contents are generated by the map generator, not by the server, so you'll just find them empty.
Really?
Yes.
Cringe, my dude. Okay, fine. We'll move on then. We'll take another room, see if we find something interesting there. So here we go. We're getting attacked again. Here we are getting attacked by these bad boys, warrior drones, as they are called. And I'm demonstrating the proper method of
clearing a dungeon.
Clearing a bee dungeon here, obviously. So you can not with these ones because they emerged, but with these ones right here, I imagine. Or did I delete them? Did I delete the bees that were out here? I probably did, right? Maybe
I didn't notice actually.
Let's just make ourselves one then.
Isn't it true that the bees that are like auto-spawned in this way disappear in a shortish while?
Right, maybe it did. Maybe those were also auto-spawned then. So we can harvest these bad boys, and we can get ourselves a cruel bee stinger. Not particularly important. We should probably buff that one. Buff that one, please. That's too low. 24 per hour.
Yeah, that seems almost unended.
That's crazy though. Have a look at that. And then there's bee chitin. Obviously, we haven't done much with that. It's basically chitin as we know it from cave lice and from
ants.
Ants, exactly, the big ants. Yoda Code asks, what is the difficulty compared to ant or beaver dungeon? I would say that this is
somewhere in between.
I don't actually know because there are some mechanics here that could play out in
for sure
unforeseen ways, perhaps. But I would say that it's more.
The intention
is that it is to be more difficult than an ant dungeon and less difficult than a beaver dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
That was the kind of space that we and while doing this,
and
we
probably closer to ant dungeons, I think.
Yeah, probably closer to ant dungeons. Though I think this one is going to be a notch more difficult than ant dungeons.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing we did here was that we also, and I didn't mention that in the patch notes, but we also tuned down the
no, you mean the difficulty of wild
normal
bees.
wild bee
Right.
swarms. We tune that down. Yeah, for sure, Kyrie.
Oh, no. The reason it sucked was because when you spawned the bee, it spawned without quality. So the bee string is also without quality. That's why it sucks.
That explains it. So indeed, so if we just make one,
Yes.
then we get quality. So that's more like it. That was much more like it. Okay, cool. We have that established. And obviously they have meat as well, and I believe you can probably Did you
I
make
made
it?
the wings random.
Right. Sweet. So you can get some wings from them if you are lucky, and then bee meat, and that's pretty much it. From those guys, at least. Maybe there are other things to discover. But let's pop these cells and see if we find something else. Here we go. We found some bee wings, some more propolis, some
That's a lot of propolis in this dungeon.
some more bee bread. Let's see here. We didn't get anything particularly interesting there. But that's fine, because I'm going to leave the rest of this dungeon for you all to discover at your own leisure. There are several other things to find in there. So generally, I'm pretty happy with this implementation. I think we covered our basis with it. I think we did. This was not mere minimum effort. I think we pushed it a little bit, pushed the envelope.
For sure. We were a bit short on time, and there are some things semi-missing.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Some things maybe semi-missing, some graphical oddities, like the door there isn't perfect, for example. But one thing that I did notice was that we had several ideas for how the dungeons could be improved generally. I think in terms of like the design of them, because right now, and this is arguably the case with this dungeon as well, is that they're fairly uniform. And one thing that we kind of were discussing is that the rooms should be more explicitly themed. So, like, for example, in the ant dungeon or in the bee dungeon, you could have like, okay, this is the hatchery room, which has like specific mechanics related to hatchery, or this is the like ants keep aphids as cows, so this is the ant barn or room or whatever. Like, you could do things like that, and I think that would add a lot more charm and nuance and variance to the dungeon. So, I would be pretty hyped for like just taking doing the round over all the dungeons and
there are a couple of things I think that should be looked over and for all the dungeon types. Basically, I'm not sure I have a solution to this particular problem, but I think they could be more. The rooms could also be better, like styled, so to speak, and there are also a couple of minor or fairly major things for each of the dungeon types. Like in the Beaver Dam, we've been discussing since the beginning that there should be some kind of like shimmering water light effect all over the Beaver Dungeon and such.
Would be pretty cool, yeah.
And such things.
Cozy TV says, I assume these spawn by raiding beehives. Yes, they do.
Indeed.
Can they spawn on claims? Yes, they can spawn on claims, but they can't spawn on planted trees.
Actually, I might have forgotten to implement that.
This is what I'm working with, people. Well, there we go. Zented69 says, yes, dungeon aesthetic improvements will keep those other 1,000 players logging in for longer than 2 months. Fair point, Zented69, but we're all in this to make...
No, I did fix that.
He did fix that. Wow. Rare win for Loftar. Logging in for longer than 2. No, maybe it won't, but I still think it's important to do the right thing. Right? Like, we should have... I don't think we should be like 100% like outcome oriented or whatever.
Indeed.
So, Delamore says... really needs to indicate which room types are the kill fast charge and which are just kill them charge.
Well, to begin with, beehives don't have the kill fast thing, but you can, I think, fairly easily see that on the power meter.
Yeah, the power meter was intended to reveal that to you.
Yeah, indeed.
So
pretty much.
So in the Beaver Dungeon, and I believe the Bat Dungeons have that room type as well.
Yes, indeed.
So in those dungeons, the power meter is there precisely to indicate that. So. Let's see. Give us a paving option from this dungeon. That could be a cool reward. Some.
Yeah, arguably that could be. I mean, obviously we discussed the ability to be able to just dig the beehive tiles for infinite amounts of wax.
Exactly.
And that's kind of dumb. But being able to dig paving material could be more fun.
Yeah.
I've also seen suggestions that previously that you should be able to take like the like decorative objects out of the dungeon and put them in your base. Not sure what to think about that, to be honest, but it's an idea.
It's an idea. One could argue. One could argue several ways on that. Yoda Coda says, "Can you yoink that honey from the honey river with a barrel?" You can yoink something from the honey river with a barrel. We'll see how it works out for you. Taking decorative objects from pre-generated structures works for Terraria. Huge ass candles. Chop those candles for wax blocks. Yeah.
I mean, it's generally a less bad idea now that we actually have a less limited amount of light sources, at least.
Yeah, and I mean the candles are cool, but they're also kind of retarded. So I don't know if we want to pollute the overworld with too much retarding.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's the main argument against it. That it sounds fun for the first while, but then when everyone is full of bee candles and ant pupae, it's not as fun any longer.
Which is why we're now allowing hats on orcas, I suppose. And on these gifts.
Well, to be fair, that's more realistic.
Maybe special kind of wax that can be made only into wax candles. Well, maybe. Would you love to see that wax? I don't know. Mopsy Pacey says, "Are you brothers?" How cute. No, we're not brothers.
Certainly not.
Brother from another mother. Maybe. But
I don't think we look that alike.
No. God, no.
You would hate to consider that.
You would hate to see that. That would be... Yikes. Could not be me. Notificator says, "Can you estimate OCO progression from 1 to 10? 1 start, 10 finish." Could you do that? Real quick. No, he won't be able to do that.
I won't be able to do that, sorry.
Fail. So no, you're not gonna a solid 0. No, I don't think it's 0. But we'll see where.
It's not 0, but it's too hard to estimate.
So that's what we did for the. Was there anything else worth mentioning here? Not really. I don't think. Sweet. And we added some candy canes, which during the proper Christmas season should appear in trees as forageables. So you can do that. You can find those. Do bases have to be realistic? Unclaimed areas will still remain natural. No, bases maybe don't have to be realistic, but I don't know. I mean that's an aesthetic call that someone has to make. I mean, I don't know if we want bases to be completely clownish either. Like, would you want that where they're like, where they look like a Second Life type base where there's no realism at all in them anymore and it's just balloons and crazy things? I don't know. I don't know if that's the vibe we want and need. So,
I mean, to be sure, I'm not convinced it's a bad idea.
No, and you can make the argument different ways for different objects. I mean, some objects would make more sense than
you could also make the case that if players want to look stupid, that's their choice. But
yeah, but it's not merely their choice because their choice affects others as well.
For sure.
To see the eyesore.
For sure.
When they're out walking about. See. Chopping down candles should produce honeycomb. It's a case to be made there.
Are they trees now?
Being able to make a clown base with any theme you want would certainly help with keeping people interested, especially if the wilder objects are dungeon exclusive. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I couldn't tell you either way, actually. I genuinely do not know if that's true or not.
No, I can only agree.
Yoda Coda says, "Now when the world is half-year old," rounding up awfully hard here, aren't we? It's like 4 months old.
Yeah, indeed.
You can implement more radical gameplay changes to try out new things. Thing wall quests, rat mall, and other epic things.
A rat maul, you say?
A rat maul. I don't even know what a rat maul is. What is a rat maul? Tell me about the rat maul. Unless it's inappropriate to discuss the rat maul. The first rule of rat maul, rat male, rat male, snail male, rat male.
Hmm?
I don't know. I have no idea. The Cozy TV says dungeon objects like the bat torches, the bee honeycombs, and the ant dungeon glowing orbs would be neat to have as completionist flexes. Yeah, that could be true fact. True fact there.
I mean, no, the true fact in and of itself, but there are things from the dungeons that are more completionist, like the ant queen wings and stuff. I mean, I think part of the a bit of the problem with some of the dungeons is that some of the loot is too easy to get without actually clearing the dungeon, like beaver trees and the bat rocks and whatever. You really don't have to progress very far into the dungeon in order to get those.
No.
So.
I still don't know what this rat thing we're discussing is. So you'll have to excuse me, but I don't quite get what we're talking about. Me being a boomer, I'm sure that I don't get all the Zoomer rat mall jokes, or memes, or whatever it is. So here we go. We are on the real server now. So where do I go for cool stuff? Shoot me some cool stuff to see, and I will go have a look at it. There should be a thing wall here, I think.
Yeah, you could make that case perhaps. I think it's a while to land. I think you'd better just teleport to some coordinates.
No, it's not that far to land. I found land right here. Ha! Ha! What do you say now, sir? You were wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. There you go. Land. Found land. So,
Achievement system with untradeable account on flex as well.
that's a great idea. TrollXHNA says, yo, go check out our new market, bro. Sweet. I'll go to post the Hearth secret thingamabob somewhere, and I'll find the thing wall, I suppose. Where is Bloom. Midnight Hogger. Further still, huh? What? Can't be this far up. Sure, it can't be this far up.
Try again.
You know.
I mean, I think it would behoove you to follow the coastline, but.
I am following you. There we go. Found it. Found it. There we go. Ooh, a foreboding
Truly.
Norska. A real realm name. That's crazy.
Yeah, really. I hadn't noticed that.
Midnight Hogger. No indicator says, do you plan to focus more on default client, implement more features, or you like it as is? I like it as is, but I will explain my reasoning. I think the default client should be a very slimmed down client. I think there's a good case to be made that the default client that we provide should not necessarily have every bell, whistle, and feature. And now, okay, in before, but it has literally 0 features. Okay, fair enough. You could say that. Maybe that's true. But that would then be precisely the point. I think it should be a slimmed down client, because I don't think... but that being said, I'm certainly open to improving it. I mean,
it's not like we haven't been improving it.
No, we have been improving it. So So I'm very open to improving it, and I'm not at all insensitive to the arguments that okay, some of these changes that we have on the custom clients it's impossible to play effectively without these changes, and I'm not at all insensitive to that. And I've really been going back and forth on some of the things that I've always considered kind of sacred, like for example, not disabling the night vision, the night thing, or the night.
That being said, we've been playing with other ideas on that theme.
Yeah. So, but the point being that like I'm open to discussing it, and I'm open to. In default client, please let us inspect mind support to check HP. I'm colorblind and red doesn't show up well. This is literally all I would want. Okay, that's a very fair request, I suppose.
I think, I mean, to be honest, I don't even think you have to be colorblind for the damage effect to be visible.
Subtle at best.
Especially on some objects, like reddish brown objects, it can be very subtle.
Yeah, you love to see when you build the mind support out of porphyry.
So I mean, to be entirely frank, this effect of just going redder as it becomes more damage has always been a bit of a placeholder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never been intended to be like the permanent and final effect for it.
Exactly, and it's kind of been a placeholder ever since Legacy. Really.
Yes,
it's never really been the intended, because ideally you kind of want the items or the objects to kind of break down and gradually decay in a.
But on the other hand, you don't really want to have to create like four or more different versions of every object. Just
so the thing is that we need the effect indicating this status. We need that to be programmatic, because we cannot be making all manual resources for each and every little thing that we want to kind of destroy or degrade. When are you adding black hair in the character creation? It's been 5 years.
Isn't there black hair?
There's kind of like a
black bluish
steely
hair, right?
black
Right,
bluish hair, and that's apparently not black enough. This man likes his coffee a lot blacker than that. Now here we go. Here I am writing with my. Ew, he's pulling out the dev socks on.
Speaking of which,
A blast from the past there, so. But the boys are both rocking the Yule Jester's cap, so I'll forgive them anything.
But yes, indeed, I think you could make the argument that the dev sock sign really could be in a store evergreen.
Yeah. Okay, but this is a pretty cool market we have ourselves here. Midnight Harbor.
It does look very nice. Not that we've seen a lot yet.
We haven't seen much of it, but it is
Is
thus
this
far quite aesthetic.
the successor to the Riviera market of last world? Because it looks very similar to it.
Extraordinarily similar.
That does look very, very nice, though.
That is extremely aesthetic. Huge kudos to all the peeps who've been working hard on this bad boy right here. This is pretty cool art, paving art. Damn, son. Jorb fix ball getting stuck on fences.
Ball?
Yeah, the leather ball. I think that he's complaining about their ability to play football properly. I would imagine. So what
fence is a particular problem for.
Could maybe see, like, if the ball stops against the fence, that it could maybe be hard to get it out from there. I don't know. I haven't tried, but that would be my guess. This is an awesome.
I've seen the complaint that it doesn't roll down hills, and that's a somewhat legitimate complaint.
It is. Lucy Makia says, any fun raiding stories like the previous world, Shubla sieging your base? No.
It doesn't happen every world.
No, it doesn't happen every world. And I've my profile this world is, my footprint this world is not big enough to be sieged. So, oh, crash!
Oh, really?
No, crash! No crash! Cancel that call. It just was lag, I think, maybe.
No, it didn't. It did in fact crash.
It did in fact crash. We have a crash. Crash! Ooh, we're down.
No, what might that be then?
We do hate to see it. So that sucks, but we'll get her back up. The True Haven experience, yeah, for sure. Tori Waifu says, do you plan to add new weapons to the game? I'd love to add new weapons, but I don't know if I have great ideas for how they would slot into the present fighting system. I don't know what role they would fill or like what kind of values and stats they would have. So I could add them,
But it would be very nice to be able to add more weapons.
yeah,
for sure.
exactly. It would be nice if I felt that the systems supported alternative weapon styles better. Rat mail. You feed a rat a chunk of cheese and glue some item to it, then it does a disappearing animation and appears at the other part of the world on the receive rat.
Ooh.
He wants basically carrier pigeon rats.
But we already have carrier pigeons.
Yeah, we do have carrier pigeons. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I just quite simply do not know. Should boats be able... Delquaz asks a pertinent question. Should boats be able to go up mountains? Asking because mountains would feel safer if you couldn't go with boats there. They probably shouldn't, but it's a precedent so long established now that I don't know if we can change it without getting endless amounts of rage. So I'll post the question to chat. Chat, how do you feel about boats going up, like, basically vertical waterfalls and such? Tori Waifu asks, do you plan to change the ranged combat system? I don't know. I hadn't really planned it, but if you have great ideas for how we should improve it, then...
Honestly, I was under the impression that it was the best it's ever been right now.
Is it true? Loftar has the impression that archery is in the best place.
I've gotten the impression that it's kind of in between broken and useless.
Kind of, yeah, which is exactly where you want it. So Tree Quest has been abandoned. I was looking forward to it. Such a shame. No, it hasn't been abandoned. It's in fact something that we should probably get back onto. It was more that we had started developing a fairly extensive UI for it, and we kind of realized some ways into it that the UI wasn't ideal for what we wanted to do.
Not just the UI, I think. Perhaps mainly the UI.
I think the UI was the main thing.
Yeah, mainly the UI, perhaps. Yeah,
I think the other changes were
arguably,
mostly
yeah.
like programmatic. I mean,
Sure. It might have been.
To me at least, the big thing was that the UI.
Yeah, it may have been. You may be
So,
right.
and then we've kind of had other things going on. Like first we wanted to make the world reset, and then so we worked on that, and then we kind of worked on various patches and stuff. So we just haven't gotten back on the horse, I suppose. But we definitely didn't abandon it. I think several of the changes that we have on that branch are viable and nice, and I think I have good hopes for the extended quest system to be a good and cool thing, but we haven't finished it yet. Amiratsu says, new dung looks awesome. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am, that's very kind of you.
Time to add dung.
Huh?
Time to add dung.
Add dung. Poop tears went. Real talk. Are blue truffles actually in the game, or are they bugged? They are actually in the game, I think.
Why is there suddenly talk of blue truffles? I've seen talk of it
And
since some time.
talk
Have you
of-
mentioned it?
No, but talk. I get asked from time to time, because occasionally the ancestors will ask for blue truffles. I suppose that's how they even know about them. And-
No, they only ask for discovered things.
Has anyone seen blue truffles?
I was just checking.
Oddity asks, where are the C-Tribe action figures? A very motivated question. Would love to see more C-Tribe
We have
merch.
certainly discussed like trying to 3D print characters. and-
3D print various characters and models from the game would be kind of cool. Quest rewards buff when? Asks Delma. Do you think Quest should be better? Quest rewards are kind of controversial because you can, if you get too rewarded from them, you can kind of no life and just poop sock play the game.
That
Right.
being said, we do have the Quest throttling system for that. But I think arguably the main controversy around it isn't the main controversy that quests aren't really fun enough to be required to be no-lifed.
Uh-huh. Delamore says quest rewards buff blue truffle quality. That's why people ask about them.
What's that? So
They shouldn't be doing that. Maybe.
Interesting.
Can you remove travel wariness on built roads? It's lame. What a coincidence. We've been trying to get Fly to 3D print a figurine of you guys for years. I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. Please send us a copy as well. T-shirts. We have. I actually looked into t-shirts.
Running again.
There we go. We're up. I actually looked into t-shirts because what I would basically want, and admittedly I didn't look hard enough, but what I would want is for someone to just provide us with because it would be kind of cool if we could just add the t-shirts or whatever to ideally I suppose to our own shopping cart,
yes.
And then just have them print it and ship it, because I don't want to obviously none of us should be handling actual t-shirts and sending them out, I don't think, because that seems like a lot of work for her in the time. So but I looked for a solution for that, but I didn't really find one. So if anyone has a great solution where you can just, it would be fine if it were on like what I would want is at least a somewhat integrated storefront page where people could order mugs or t-shirts or whatever from some t-shirt mug printing company, whatever, where we just upload the files and get a neat storefront for it.
Shouldn't you be logging back into the market though?
Yes, I should. Sorry. How much would you pay to have a print-on-demand T-shirt and merch shop created for you that you can integrate easily into your?
I think the entire work lies in the integrations to the extent that one exists. So I would expect one to exist already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, are you running a company which prints mugs and T-shirts? Because then we can maybe talk. But I mean, it's not the building the website that's the problem. If that was what you were asking. No, this is not. This ain't Lurk Camp for crying out loud. So we're back at Midnight Hoggers. So y'all. Is that because there's a claim here that I can't log back in here?
Only if they haven't set trespassing permissions on it, which I guess I would expect on a marketplace, but because the location is plain indeed, so they haven't given trespassing permission. They haven't given trespassing permission in the market. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
You could argue, but that's where we are.
Is there a problem with Is there a problem with setting trespassing permissions that makes you not want to do that?
I don't know. Why haven't you guys set trespassing permissions? I suppose that's the question. Farmer Gj asks, any reconsiderations on siege changes? I don't really know what to think of it.
The problem with siege changes is that it's it is a bit difficult when you're not regularly involved in siege.
Yeah. So
which is a problem, to be sure.
Yeah.
It's not ideal that we don't know what changes to make to siege. That's not ideal, but
no.
But so feel free to suggest any, I guess.
Yeah. Same standard boring kind of reply there, but maybe feel free to suggest changes if you think there's something that should change. I think we got a mixed bag of feedback on the changes. I'm not super happy about them because they were they were a bit ham-fisted. We were basically somewhat disabling siege effectively, or making it obnoxiously difficult, and I'm not sure it never seemed elegant to me or whatever. So what the troll says. So I don't really. Damn though, this was really cool art here. For the like a
truly.
Moon River type art here. It's really cool. You'd love to see it. Let's go have a look at the stalls.
The wares.
Well, wares? Had anyone seen blue truffles?
No, no one has seen blue truffles.
No one has seen blue truffles. Huh. Okay, so interesting. They're selling a tree planter's pot. A cucked one, admittedly, or like one that has been starred. Not sure.
Not sure I'd buy that.
Not sure I'd buy that if I don't want starred trees everywhere. We are here for blue.
That's funny.
That's wonderful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. But my dude brought a literal herd of swine here. That's wonderful. Nice touch, sir. No, yeah, but yeah, like truffles are weird, man. Like truffles are also like, okay, so it's a mechanic that we implemented because it's a cool real world life mechanic, and we should definitely have it. It should be there in some form. But also, like going out truffle hunting is not actually fun in game because I mean, besides Bro here, who wants to leash up like a bunch of swine and take them on a promenade, you know, a walk across town? Like I don't. Because they're also the pigs are slow and whatnot, so I really don't like the actual, and at the same time they're also kind of good, so it makes them super important, and everyone has to have all the truffles to eat optimally or whatever. And so it's not getting a great vibe from the truffles presently, to be quite honest. I'm not happy about where truffles are generally. Okay, but we're selling some ballers things. We need to get hoggers. We need to get our hands on hoggers in order to buy things here. So current market price for a pickaxe quality 195.4 is 40 hoggers. Okay, so let's go. Where was we have some
hoggers.
a money lender here. So for a bar of gold, we get 70 hoggers. Okay, so a bar of gold is hard currency here, basically. Salt, crystals.
With a mere 30% tax on mint.
A paltry 30% tax. To be honest, this is probably overpriced, yeah. For one hogger, we can sell a salt crystal, and then for 20 hoggers, we can sell a bar of silver. So that's interesting.
That's interesting.
So here we
so
can
5
buy.
to 1 for the price of gold and silver.
Buying sub-tokens, or rather selling sub-tokens for back guano? Or... No. Look, okay, so you can buy one game time token for 500 hoggers. And you can buy one back guano for a game time token. It seems to me like there's a bit of a markup going on here, but...
I'm not sure I would buy bat guano for one game token.
It depends on how desperate you are, I suppose.
Yes.
Here we can buy some tasty Emmentaler for 5 hoggers. Right, and that's one. That seems expensive. Getting one Emmentaler for 5 hoggers. It's pricey there, my dude. I wouldn't pay 5 hoggers if I had them for that. I don't think. What would you pay for a tasty Emmentaler? How many hoggers are you willing to give, sir?
given that you get 70 hoggers for one bar of gold, it does seem a bit expensive.
Yeah. So we sell drift kelp for 5 hoggers, and a small heart container for 30 hoggers.
That seems alright.
That seems pretty fair, I think. These prices are crap compared to whatever bay, shilling a different market there.
So we need to go to that market instead.
It seems that we may need to go to whatever bay market to check out the wares there, and see how they compare. See how the ware compare to I could so be a rapper. I could so be a platinum record.
I'm sure the question is, well, as you would listen.
Pew pew, shots fired. But you see what I did there? How I just rhymed.
Yes, I did see that.
You noticed, right?
Not sure I wanted to see that.
What has been seen cannot be unseen. So, let's see. Kirsha T says, "Did you ever mention my connection issues to Loftar, or did it magically fix itself?" I did probably not mention that to Loftar. I think I meant to, but I forgot. He had some connection issues that were a bit weird.
You may have mentioned some connection issues, but I think we made the observation that they seem to be fixed or something. This seems like some time ago.
I don't remember. Zented69 says, "You definitely give a Kanye West vibe." Did you see Kanye's complete meltdown on Alex Jones? Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
You haven't.
I've noticed the Kanye West saga, so to speak, but I haven't seen him on Alex Jones.
I don't. It was pretty wild.
Is Alex Jones' show still running? Is the real question. I mean,
no,
it's really hot.
No, it's a weird situation when Alex appears as the balanced person in the room. when he has to be, oh, that's a bit wild, man. Don't like, no, that's a bit too much now.
Yeah, that seems. No, I have definitely not seen that then.
It's the globalists. They've admitted this for years. It's a total control grid. They're bringing in the total control grid.
Does the horse have what about asks no indicator? What about leaderboards? You said we'll consider any updates? What do we feel about leaderboards, Jorb Tor?
I think it depends a lot on the kind of leaderboard. I'm not too fond generally of like global knowledge of the world. That's my usual complaint there.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we've certainly been discussing like disclosing more formal leaderboards after the end of the world and stuff like that, and I'm more open to that.
Right on. I'm a bit torn. I could perhaps be swayed toward leaderboards. Skippy05 asks, "Can you add the cause of death to graves?" We could, but it's not really clear that there is a distinct cause of death.
Indeed.
I mean, you die from the last wound that pushes you over the edge, but should that be listed as the cause of death? That's not entirely obvious that it should. So, I mean, die
Open
from...
to the idea for sure, but it's the cause of death is not well defined at the moment.
Not super well defined. I mean, you could just look at the last wound that killed you. So
yeah, but I don't think that's what he's looking for.
No.
I would think that he's looking for like the one who killed you, or if an animal killed you, or.
Damn, son, we have a jeweler's shop right here.
Oof.
We can buy Grand Brilliant Sapphire for 200 hoggers. So that's not.
Is that a Jotun Brilliant diamond?
That is a.
Oof.
That is a
a dust jewel. Okay.
Brilliant dust jewel. No, so it's not a diamond, but still pretty cool. Should really rework the icons for gems. They look really
for sure
crap, to be quite honest. Could say liftable objects in mine elevator one. That's a good one. Maybe add some.
I think you were against it last time.
That's your usual story. That's what you always say. It's like whenever we haven't implemented something, it's like I think you were against it last time.
I just feel like we've discussed this, and oh well.
Oh well.
That's no reason for not discussing it again.
I could. I don't think I'm against it. So look, botted pearls. Yeah, well, it is what it is, I suppose. The machines will overtake us all. Have you all been playing much with GPT-3? Have you played with it any?
I still haven't played.
I've only read the memes. I haven't gotten around to actually trying it. Kill Molly says, hot spiced or mulled wine drinks cooked in cauldrons for winter. Oh, we got a bee crown. Damn, son.
Really?
My dude
nice.
has a bee crown.
So it's yours now.
It appears. It would appear. Thank you. Thank you, sir. My dude was the first to kill a bee crown. Or bee queen, I suppose. Yes. So, dude, I assume you wanted to give it to me. Beast unborn. So, I don't know who gave this to me. I'm sorry if I stole your bee crown. Who gave it to me? I don't even know. No, I don't want to be in a party. I'll take it if you don't want it. I'm not pregnant anymore. Beast unborn, yeah. It's really, the Planned Parenthood intensifies here with the beast unborn here. I'm just gonna leave the crown here, and we'll pretend that the right person got it back, right? Official Ramsey says AI sucks behind.
Does it?
Yeah, does it? I suppose. I mean, yes, it does. I don't know if you've seen the cool videos of like Boston Dynamics type robots, which.
Yeah, that's special.
That is special. Dancing robots and like fools be like, "Ooh, they're so cute," and I'm like, "Ooh, man-made horrors beyond comprehension." Really, really scary stuff. So I don't know how we do it with this bee crown, but we can't pick up anything. No one can pick up anything if you don't have permissions here. So you shouldn't make. Wouldn't it be nicer if the street was a free for all? Here we go. Have yourself a bee crown. That's a fair trade. I traded a bee crown for a walrus cape. Go to trade zone. Oh, there's a special trade zone.
Oh, I see.
But this was cool. Are there any other like cool things here that we should be checking out, like monuments or bowlers things otherwise?
Well, I mean, someone mentioned another market.
Yeah. So what's the other market called? Like whatever bay? What was the other market called? Is there another market? Give me the name of the other market. Whatever dash bay. Whatever dash bay.
You can only travel with 2 charts, don't you know?
Right.
Not if you put it on 2 on the hotbar.
Right. It's a good thing I have you. I'd be so confused right now.
I know.
Okay, let's head to the whatever market.
Whatever bay market.
Whatever bay market. A question I've been wanting to ask for a long while. I know there's lots of tips and tricks people use for hunting animals, especially early game. In an ideal gameplay setup for your minds, what would you say is the basics of how people deal with threats and improve on to tougher creatures without using cheese? So I think there are several
it's a matter of
problems
definition to begin with. I mean, people always use cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially in reality.
Yeah.
But
real life is all about cheesing as much as possible to many people. Not to the Swedish King Charles XII. I think we've been over this before, but the man was an absolute unit of a man, unironically fought with bears. I suppose he used weapons at least, but, which is arguably a kind of cheese in itself. I don't know. So I think there are several things that could be said here. One thing that could be said is that I think a fair part of the blame lies on us, because I don't think all animals really have like an intended way to kill them.
And a big part of the problem is that the animal AI kind of sucks.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we also discussed for the bee dungeon, because we had some mechanical stuff that we wanted to do there, but which we couldn't really profitably do. Because the animal AI wasn't really up to snuff for that. So it should surely be around here somewhere, right? So one of the projects that we kind of have on our intermediate list of things to maybe look at is the animal AI. It was right there. Whatever dash bay was it?
So it is. Nice work.
Right, but more from a gameplay sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that is kind of a gameplay sense. I mean, the big part of the issue is that the AI just isn't smart enough to give any good kind of gameplay for the animals. I think.
Yeah, I mean, for like boss type creatures, it would be a lot more fun, I think, like for whales and whatnot, if they had more like established patterns that you could like learn and get better at handling. I suppose that's how bosses usually tend to work in games, and I think that would be cool. But we can't really profitably do that well. I mean, it would be kind of cool if the whale like dove down and resurfaced and shot up a spout of water and.
Yeah, and the stuff we talked about for the sentinel bees and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. So the animal AI needs some love. The Pyro dude says, why include it in the quests if it is... I agree, it's required. I don't know, they seem to be talking about something else, I suppose. It is literally impossible to kill orcas and whales without the re-aggro trick. They flee forever without it. Which is also a valid and fair criticism that could be leveled. So now we are at the whatever bay market, and this is a different energy for sure. This is more like the more like a toned down, comfy kind of vibe here. We got some lanterns here. It would be a nice touch if these were lit, obviously.
But I can also kind of see that it may be a bit of a pain to keep them lit right now.
Didn't we give them a long ass burn time?
We did give them a long burn time, but it's not infinite. And I mean, I don't know. It's just a bit of the interaction and stuff. I don't know. It could be improved, I think.
Only 2 weeks. So you're saying that you would be not opposed to extending it? Is that what
I'm not sure it's so much the burn time as it is the tedium of the maintenance. And
so this is a pretty cool market right here. We have. So here we go. This one is bugged.
Is it bugged?
It's bugged.
It doesn't.
It's a standard bug. Shouldn't be showing.
I thought that was fixed actually.
No. It is not.
So it seems.
Incredibly deceptive. So we can buy a. So here we have bay coins. Is what we are being asked to
Are
provide.
the iron coins also bay coins?
They are also bay coins.
Lead coins even.
Yeah. So trombone chanterelle spores go for 10. That's a bit more than I'd pay for a trombone chanterelle
Well, I mean, it
spore.
depends on how much you have to pay for the coins, right?
Yeah, but they were gold coins. So a tiny abacus will give me 1 coin of lead. And a bone material quality 175 plus will give me 1 coin of lead. I feel I'm being
bamboozled.
Yeah, I feel I'm being bamboozled here, sir. Bacon.
What is that? Topmost item?
Lead glance.
Oh, right, now I see it.
So you're telling me that I can buy 1 unit of lead glance for 5 during the conversion, like 5 bones Q175 plus or 5 tiny abaci. No, sir. No deal. A fool is born every day, and I am certainly a fool, but I am not that much of a fool. Hey, look, this. Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Can I? Oh, it would be so cool if I could peer through the eye here.
I mean, you could just make one.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
Sure. I get what you're saying. I think the idea is to peer at it rather than from it, but yeah.
Yeah, you can be Shrek. Yeah, actually awesome. What else do we have? Some bay coins, and that'll give us some bee strings. But this is nice, though. It's really aesthetic market stalls, I think. Artisanal stuff. Artisanal wood, indeed. Incredibly based. You'd love to see it. Oiled boards when. Salem and Hearth confirmed. Fjorns. So markets are not worth traveling to. I don't think that's the key takeaway. I've used markets to great efficiency. I'm sure there could be a lot of good deals around here if you scavenge around. That's been my experience.
I wouldn't expect otherwise.
I wouldn't expect otherwise, but you have to have a tight grip on the purse, or else the various street vendors and hawkers here will hawk their way to your hard-earned bay coins and you wouldn't want that. I would want to avoid that. You can buy Mulfrit for 2 lead coins, which seems like it could be a fair. Oh, someone has let loose the hogs of war in the.
I don't think there will be any blue truffles to be found here, though.
No, you're looking in the princess is in another castle. Sorry to say. Let's see. You can use website to browse. Yes, I'm aware. There's an aggregated website.
Which is actually really nicely made. Last I looked at it.
Yeah,
I was quite impressed.
I was quite impressed as well. So, market.hearthland.online. Let's have a look at the market. Not terribly fast, or what?
Seems to be taking its.
We'll give that over.
Time.
Is
it's
it
loading
up?
now.
Is it up? It's up. Okay. I want to buy equipment.
Right.
Alright, and let's see the quality. We want the quality high. Okay, I think this is cool. Here you can. This is an aggregate, and oh, it'll even show you where you can go get it. It's so nice.
I remember in another world they even had hand-drawn maps of the
Right.
on the stalls.
This is so cool. Does it only cover whatever bay right now? Yeah, but it has support for multiple marketplaces. It's really cool. Really cool. I don't know who made this really, but I am blown away. Maybe I do know who made this, but I'm super impressed by this. Very good work, sir. This must have taken ages to make. Well, he needs to write the bot that goes around getting all the prices. He needs to update some database with all this nonsense. He needs to. It's a fair bit of work, and this one is cool as well.
Yeah, for sure. It is nice.
Yeah, sort by quality, get the best seeds. Can I get the seed? Can I be more specific here? Name? No, I don't want name. I feel that I lack some categories here.
What are you looking for?
Seeds, for example.
Seeds.
Seeds, sneeds, seed, and feed. Quality. So the best thing for offer right now, as of now, is a Stone Axe quality 421.32. And the price is...
I'm glad we have five digits of precision here.
That's what we need. That's the energy we need. And we have... at Ido is...
Did you break?
No, yeah, kind of broke. I think they were saying that the person who made it appears to be living in Kiev, is what they tell me. Which seems like a rough neighborhood to be in. So my condolences on everything that's going on. But for 5 game time tokens, we get a Stone Axe of the highest quality that the market would presently offer us.
Right, that was the price. Interesting.
It could be worth it, to be quite honest, if you're looking to min-max. But I would have a look at maybe something like this could be more reasonable.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a Stone Axe quality 379.83 for 110 gold bay coins.
Is there a category for coin? Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Let's see, coin. I don't know what I'm sorting by.
Perhaps you should sort by the name or something, I guess, indeed.
So this is the trouble with barter, isn't it?
Indeed.
I mean, I suppose what I would ideally want to do here is I'd want this same kind of breakdown but on the south side instead, right?
I mean, I guess what you really would like would be to be able to sort by amount of coins, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's true. These are true facts.
25 lead coins for 1 salt crystal. That seems like a pretty nice deal.
Yeah. So you can either trade a time token for 1 gold bay coin or for 100 gold bay. So
It's up to you.
it's a wild fluctuation in the price range. Auction house when? See, isn't this more fun than an auction house though?
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Isn't this website much more fun? We could make more services if you expose some API to us. Could you? What are you lacking? What would you want? What type of information do you not presently have? Zentet69 says, why make content when we can rely on players to do it? I mean, I suppose you're cynical about everything here, and that's your job in life, so fair point, I guess, but like...
Isn't emergent gameplay kind of the point of it?
Exactly, isn't that what we're doing here? Like, isn't kind of the point that there's a bit of a collaborative effort here that kind of want to keep the key pitches of the game, right? Like emergent gameplay, etc., etc. Yeah. That's what I think. I mean, I think, and I imagine that that's the kind of the reason why you would want to play Haven is because you get a sense that you can contribute to the game, right? Like,
I would kind of think so.
That's
the purpose of the game in my mind, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Making market is unfun. Too much effort to host, manage, and create parsing and displaying. Yeah, I could definitely see that being the case. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not necessarily saying that, we shouldn't be doing this particular thing. I'm just saying that we have a lot of things that we choose from, and if I'm choosing from a range of things, then I would not, put this on top of my list of things that I think the game lacks. So this is not something that I would run away and build myself, but I can still recognize that it's cool when I see it and someone else has made it, and it seems super useful. Yeah, but let's get back to the game.
Did you log out?
Or did I get killed or something? Yeah. What happened?
Oh, maybe you are evicted.
Oh, that was the absolute worst. I've never...
Never have I been to a more rude marketplace.
More unwelcoming and... Delamore says, even just using a stall to sell is a big hassle, with hands not giving you information about what they're grabbing unless you name them, and then you gotta rename every time you reprice. Right. That could maybe be a thing, yeah?
I'm not sure I understand the feelings. How would hands give you information about what they grab? I don't quite get it.
Because I think he wants to hover over a hand and see what it's ready to grab or something. Probably.
I mean, what the specific item in the chest that it's in, or is that useful?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Delamore, maybe you could be clearer. Stall. I could see stall inventory management being a thing.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's just a question of what would be better, I guess. And I don't necessarily think it should be like completely automated teleporting items all over the map.
So look, for Bay Market, you got to live pretty far away from the stalls. So you just have a bunch of containers of red and green hands.
Right.
So in his warehouse, he just has a bunch of containers with red and green hands.
Right. Perhaps I get it.
And no idea what does what, I suppose.
Right.
Okay, I'm going back to Midnight Hargers where I was welcome. So
Is
to
that
everyone
a
watching
football
this stream,
field in the southwest?
yeah.
Was that what was being referred to by the fences problem, perhaps?
Damn, son, we built ourselves a stadium.
That's nice, isn't it? I mean, I'm just saying that if you had an auction house, you wouldn't see these kinds of things.
No. Or I mean, maybe you would still, but it wouldn't be. There would be less incentive, perhaps, to have them. This is really sweet. I think this is that is one steep angle.
It is indeed. It is probably the maximum angle.
One would suspect as much. Delamore says, even when they're named with prices like 30, 40, if I change prices suddenly I gotta rename the hands. Well, I can see that being a problem. Gata Hythe says deep sea fishing content. Yeah, we actually discussed the Pokemon mechanic. It was suggested to me of descending to like the cave floor and being able to walk around there and whatnot, using like the diver's weight and such, and that could be really cool. So I'm pretty sold on that idea. May happen at some point. Have like the undersea level. Could do lobster dungeons maybe. Like a lobster pot dungeon. The prickly claws pot of infamy and a dungeon room, I'm imagining.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Red tails. Croc of. Could be fun. Zoidberg as boss, funny. Damn, undersea level would be very cool. Yeah, in theory it would be, but like, I don't know, oceans are kind of blue desert. But that's more topside though. Like under the sea, there's plenty of things going on. So it could be cool.
Yeah, potentially at least.
And then you need to get heavier and heavier diving weights to descend further down because that's how that works, right?
Right. Yeah, that's my understanding.
That's my understanding.
I mean, gold is heavier than lead, so at some point, obviously, you would need a gold weight.
Exactly. Makes perfect sense, to be quite honest. to descend to the lower kilos. Yeah. Good. Then we are
in full agreement.
In full agreement on what the correct implementation is. Official Ramsey says, any thoughts on Thingwall quests? Is this just Thingwalls giving quests? Is that, or was there some other pitch there?
I haven't heard of Thingwall quests previously. I don't think so.
Xanted69 says, now that snacks are gated behind content that takes more than a month for casuals to reach, oceans are a gift to factions and nobody else. Let them be a desert. Spicy take.
What do snakes have with it to do?
Snacks.
Oh, those snakes, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's assuming that you need a snake yet to take advantage of this mechanic.
Yeah, which is not entirely obvious, perhaps.
Indeed. I don't think it is at all obvious. If anything, it should be more useful, I think, on continents rather than in the middle of the ocean.
Separate, always available UI where you can manage all owned hands and barter stands like cattle roster at Brewer Body. What do you think about that? Cattle roster for the barter stand hands.
I mean, I'm not immediately sure what that would even mean, considering you still need the containers and stuff. So it would be quite open to discussion what that would actually mean, I think.
Thingwall quests would be large collaborative quests shared between everyone in the Thingwall's realm. For example, killing 500 bears rewards would impact the entire Thingwall realm.
Like the realm or the province?
The province, I think. I assume the province. Maybe. It could
I mean,
be.
we have been discussing similar ideas in other respects, I think. So, could potentially be a thing.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't think. Maybe how often do you get a quest then? Like, is it on a timer quite simply? Like every week you roll a new quest, and if you complete it, you get a reward.
No, either that or it might just be active until you clear it. Good question. There are certainly things to debate, but it's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I don't hate that one. I don't hate that one. I'll make a note of it.
Province quests.
Mhm. Could be interesting. Could be collaborative. Could be fun. That one.
I don't remember what the original idea we discussed between ourselves was, but whatever, I guess.
We've discussed tying provinces to a lot. I've been hogged in. I've been hogged. So about blue truffles. Is that what? I see your blue truffles and raise you some dev commands. Let's play football with us. We have a ball. Okay, sweet. Let's head down to the football field.
You just miss.
Maybe I accidentally used the fork and deleted something. We'll see. Can't be anything important. Okay. Can't even target the objects there. So here we are. I'm here. I can make myself a ball, I think. So let's figure out. Ooh. Okay.
It doesn't go through open gates, I guess.
Right. So it bounces, but when does it get stuck? It's actually really sweet. So now
It
I
might
can't.
be hard to get it out.
Yeah, I can't get it out
I guess.
of there. Right. So I think if I knock it from here, it should bounce against the wall and try, but then it would just bounce.
I mean, normally it does if it has enough speed.
Okay, I got it out, no problem. Just get good, man.
I mean, right.
Oh, and your scores.
I think the other team is playing a bit absent.
Yeah, they just threw the entire game. I'm blue. Clearly, I'm blue. Oh, are we sprinting? Are we sprinting? I need to. No.
Hey, missed the goal. You know you're not drinking, right?
Oh, right. It's getting late in the year, in the night and in the year. I'm just so used to having the drink hotkey on too.
Which is obviously the problem to begin with, since everyone knows the drinking key is 0, but...
The biggest downfall of default client, no drink key. Drink key is for cowards. Right. There we go. Better, right? Okay. So where's the ball? Yep.
Ooh. Do we have names for the teams?
I don't know if we do. We should have. It's actually
I was gonna say, I think 3-1 is a bit unfair.
yeah. Yeah, with that attitude, we're not winning. Boom! Damn, psych! Oh, sorry. Oh, I still suck too much. No!
Oh, no, right. It might actually be that you broke it by moving it.
Oh, I broke the ball. So I just delete it then.
Or pick it up, I guess.
Right. Sorry about that. Boom. Okay, so the game is back on the menu, boys. I get the sense that the boys are a bit tad better at this thing.
They might be a bit more on top of their drinking game, I think.
You mean their sense thing wall? Drink key is for cowards. Auto drink is more than drink key. I agree. Completely, 100%. Confirmed true fact. Can we travel on Knar with thin walls? Why them all near water and we can't use transport?
Well, I mean, the reason they're near water is so that you can't wall them in.
Yeah. That's why they're there. Which team am I on again?
Just decide one yourself, man.
Here we go, and Jorb score.
No,
That's
no,
it.
no.
Oh, it was a score. That was a perfect score.
The goal is behind, though.
No, that was perfect. Score.
Okay. Whatever.
Oh, confirmed for worst player. Confirmed for worst player. Oh no!
Close though.
There we go.
Ooh, the crowd goes wild.
Let's see if I can do. I need to do some. The
Rowdy dance.
I meant to do the dab thing. Don't I have the dab?
Right, it's under the dab.
Right. There we go. Offside. Foul. Offside.
Where's that brown thing in the middle of the field?
Ropes
Someone just dropped them.
would appear.
Oh, yeah. And just hello. Oh, okay. Okay.
What kind of progress has been made on object-controlled optic system?
Well, I've been continuing to convert stuff to it, I guess. I'm
Based?
not sure I can characterize it further, to be honest.
We missed the goal there. But that thing aside, I think some of the more intermediate things that I'd like to work on is an improved animal AI and honestly I'd like to fix like some of the snow stuff as well. I'd like to have like generated snow meshes would be cool.
That would be nice for sure.
And then I think we should get back on the quest system probably at some point.
More or less, at least. The that branch is falling a bit fallow right now, and I'm not sure that's as it should be.
No. No, yeah. Whoa,
What? That's a bit special.
Damn, we glitched it. We ain't never getting that ball. We ain't never getting that ball back.
That's weird.
Well, Jorb, I didn't know you were a FIFA person. I don't. I don't.
I didn't either.
I didn't either. No, I don't really do sports ball much. So, but congratulations to Argentina, right?
Did they win or something?
I think they won. That's my impression. I think they lost in the finals to France, I believe.
And yet won?
No, France lost in the finals.
No, I see.
Las Malvinas to Argentine, right? Based Argentine, Falkland Islands.
Yeah, of course, but
Westschaf, England.
Gotcha, England, yes, but I would not know about their success in sports ball.
No, but but I'm taking it back to the Falkland Islands.
Yeah, sure enough.
Because the Falkland Islands are called Las Malvinas in
Right,
in
I see.
Espanol,
I
or
see,
at least in Spanish. In Argentina, that's what they call it.
I see.
So,
Does that mean something with forks, or?
I don't know. Probably, I would suspect, but I don't actually. All right, so we're down to 5 minutes of Jorb isn't a big sports ball guy. He only follows FIFA for their anti-progressive politics. Based of truth.
Big if true, to be
Not
honest.
big of truth. Kind of doubt, to be honest. Pressing D for doubt on that one. So yeah, this was fun as usual. We are gonna drop out for a few weeks at least, for like 2 weeks, maybe 3, for some rest and recreation, and for some Christmas holidays, and for some New Year's. But then I expect that we should be back to working on Haven on like January 2nd or thereabouts.
I think so, right?
I think that's the first Monday of the month, and we usually convene on Mondays and Wednesdays to have our little tete-a-tetes
Indeed.
for development. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. And
As it usually is once you get started.
well, exactly, once you get started. We discussed this earlier, and it was like, fuck man, I should really announce the stream. But I don't want to announce the stream because that means committing to something, and I hate committing to things. Because then I promise that I'm going to do it, and I never want to do that. You hate to
You hate to do that.
You hate to do that. You hate to committing to things. You hate to promising things. Under promise, over deliver, I think is a good philosophy in life in general. So that's really, I should have a handler who handles me and forces me to do these things and plans them for me and announces them for me.
Couldn't be me.
Could not be me, no. But anywho, we got this one done at least, so this one is in the books, and that was a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful to all of you that you came and chatted with us and played sports ball with us, and whatever else. We checked the market out, and we had a look at the D dungeons, and all that stuff was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that Jesus is the reason for the season. So, and Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
And a very Happy New Year. And on that note, I think we're gonna close it out for tonight. And yeah, we're on the forums. I try to respond on Discord as well, so you can catch us most anywhere. And we will be back for another stream hopefully soonish. Let us try to be more dedicated. Let us enter the new year with high energy and good spirits and good cheer, and let's try to get some work done in 2023. 2022 has been a lot of fun, and we had a great reset. We should have talked more about the reset and how that went. I thought it went pretty well, but we could have talked more about that, but that will have to be for another time. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, and thank you
so
for
much.
joining us.
Thank you so much for your patronage throughout this year, and for caring about the game, and for all your support and your questions and your rants and your complaints and everything. We're very grateful that anyone gives a flying F about the game, and yeah, grateful and happy and all that. God jul på er allihopa. I will see you in 2023. Kisses and love. Ta-ta!